you how to do it.
What? Of course not!
Well, at least now you know.
Boy, not everything needs to be all flambe.
I know. I made pasta earlier, didn't I?
Yes, and it was... acceptable. It is clear that you can follow a recipe to the letter.
That's always easy. It's whenever you start going freehand in recipes that it starts getting tricky. It's what I do with most of my recipes. It's why people cannot generally mimic what I make.
Then I am a good cook?
Of course not! To be a good cook, you must learn to do more than simply follow a formula. You must find a way to infuse each and every dish you make with your heart.
Ah, yes. I have no idea how to do that.
You are still a better cook than most, but perhaps the life of a chef is not for you, Monsieur Warlock.
Well, thank you for allowing me to work with you today.
Anytime. Well, not any time at all. It may be best to contact me first.
Of course.
Oh, random question. Have you ever, dealt with... Let's see if I still have it on my phone to remember the name. No, I don't. Have you ever used... Come on now, my brain needs to think better than that. Or do you have a reason for asking? Come on, I know it's on here. He wouldn't have taken it off. Let's use Discord. Have you ever used Discord, Jay? Or a Discord or something like that? Okay. Once, if only there was a way to be able to actually, that might be able to work. I'm gonna get it back on my phone and I'm gonna see if it can work or not to see if you can still watch the stream, but be able to chat through it on your phone. Because, I'm thinking about if you can do that to where you can still watch the stream but still be able to chat via Discord with me, like actually like talking, then I might actually start playing some games that you can be able to do that with. Right, well first I'm gonna see, before you reinstall it and go through that effort, I'm gonna see because of I have people on there that I talk to because they were helping me get this whole thing started. I can see if I can be able to do that, because if that's the case, then you can be able to talk via through stream and still watch it and be able to know what's going on and not have to have a laptop. But I'll have to tweak with that to see if I can actually manage to do it, because it may be really delayed, or I don't know. But that's a way that I could be able to have you be able to actually play a game with me and not have to type out everything. Because, kind of like how the YouTubers play Would You Rather Higher or Lower. They just talk about it and they make jokes, and I think that would be something kind of fun to do with you. That way we could still do higher or lower. Yeah, that's true. But that's just an idea that I was trying to think of, because that way it could be a little bit more of a fun thing for you to be able to not only be involved in it, but also it's easier to kind of have jokes come up and all that laughter instead of it just being through text and me responding. But that's just an idea. I'm still coming up with plenty.
Heck.
Well, that's when, like, you wouldn't really have to have the volume on stream. Like, you could do no audio, but still be watching chat. Or, I would have to tweak with it and figure that out, because you wouldn't have to listen to yourself, because you would be able to hear me through Discord. It's a lot of tweaking, and this is probably something that's not going to happen anytime soon. It is something that I want to happen. So maybe by the time I have it happen, you'll have a laptop, or who knows what, and you'll be able to do both without having it be a weird thing.
I thought we had decided you would disguise yourself as me.
You decided that all on your own. I prefer not to be a boy.
I'm glad you like the idea.
Fair enough. Just don't let Prude think that you're being her for Ash. She has this strange fear that Ash might try to convince you to do something like that. I take it you're familiar with the idea.
Yeah, it was something that crossed my mind. I don't think she would ever ask that of me, though. I mean, I could imagine her asking me to turn into Prude.
Of course, to perhaps cover for her or something.
Yeah, exactly, but not for reasons like that. So, what are you doing in the outskirts of the palace?
I am not sure. I was just wandering aimlessly and ended up here. Did Ash start reading the book?
She hasn't stopped reading it. I mean, in one way, I have to thank you. She's no longer constantly trying to get out of bed. On the other, she's not sleeping. She's too busy studying. So, it's a mixture.
Did you discover anything about your own magic?
Well, the fact that I should have access to at least one more form of magic came as a surprise.
It surprised me as well.
It also might explain how my father is so much stronger than me.
The kobolds know much. I can't help but wonder how they know so much.
Maybe some of them are mages?
It would be simple if that were so, but I'm rather sure that's not the case. They assure me that there are absolutely no kobolds with access to the forms of magic, or, as they say, who have open chakra. However, when I asked if they have access to mana, they grew more terse. I think they have some sort of magic of their own.
Interesting.
Terra, may I ask you something?
It depends.
Upon?
What it is.
Ah, then I shall ask you, and you may decide after. Terra, do you know much about...
About what, Heck?
Terra, do you know much about sex?
I know more than, say, Ash. What's this about Brood? I want you to know that just because I had experience as a boy does not mean I have any advice there. As hot and bothered as I was at the time, I would not do it again.
I was not aware that you had experience as a male. Though that does bring up questions. Are you able to breed as either sex?
No. I'm barren. Either way, I'd actually rather not talk about it.
Does Ash know?
I don't know. I mean, either way, we'd probably have to adopt. 2 women can't have kids.
I suppose that makes sense.
What was your actual question, Heck?
I'm sorry. Yes. How do you deal with, anxiety during intimacy?
Ha! I wish I knew. If I did, I might also know how to deal with anxiety during everyday life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Look, the only advice I can give you is that if you find yourself in a situation where you're about to get intimate, then just remember, the person who is with you right then chose to be with you. They wouldn't be there if they didn't want to be.
And that helps with your own anxiety?
Sometimes.
Thank you. I don't know how much that will help, but I know already that it has.
You're welcome, Heck.
Oh! My computer does not like me today, apparently. Or yesterday. I need my husband to figure out what's going on with that and why it keeps doing that. Because then for the rest of the game, it's fine. But, like, it did that yesterday, and then it was fine for the rest of the time, and it's doing it today, and it'll probably rest for the rest of the time. But it's like, why? I have no dropped frames, so it doesn't make sense. So now I have to go through all that again.
Of course.
Heck?
I thought...
You...
Fair...
Yeah, it's... So...
Did you...
Well, it... Maybe... Interesting. About what?
Are you...
What?
I'm sorry.
Almost.
I'm...
They would...
And...
Sometimes.
Almost.
You're welcome, Heck.
There we go. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Hold it up higher. Ah! This lab is entirely unacceptably primitive!
Hey, hey, hey! I spend a lot of money on all those stupid glass tubes and bottles!
Well, I didn't say we did not appreciate it. However, the fact remains it is primitive.
Need a better blast blower.
Glass blower, Croc. We don't need a blast blower.
What's a blast blower? Can I move now?
Oh, no! The tincture requires more time to distill.
Why is Captain Ogle here?
Did you not perform the mating dance with him?
Mating? What do you think we were doing?
Yes.
Yes. It's Captain Ogland, not Ogle.
Are you serious? What's with the guard? Is he your new manservant or something?
Yes, my full name is Bartholomew Maximus Ogland, Captain of the Guard. Most just call me Ogland, though as of yesterday, I suppose my title is Personal Assistant to Foreign Dignitaries or something.
Yep.
Be caught in political favors. It's a nice change of pace, really. Much more exciting to be handling dangerous alchemy than to be ensuring proper protection of royalty.
Nonsense! The chemicals aren't dangerous. Well, not yet anyway. Not much you can buy in the local markets.
I was referring more to the smell, little devil. That would be the manure.
Okay, now Belinda, if you could come and channel some decay into the bottom vial, I need the fermentation to quicken. It worked! I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't work without a lens. I mean, we have the source right here.
Mox, I have no idea what I just did.
Alchemy! Ah, yes. We used your decay to enhance fermentation, and then used an array of chemicals to brew a very potent mixture.
And what does it do?
It combines highly combustible fermented components with another chemical that ignites when oxidized to produce a concussive blast.
Excuse you? It will explode.
It's called Alchemist's Fire, and it is the second mother's weapon of choice. I mean, when she wants someone to be dead.
Or at least severely burned.
Give me that. What else can alchemy do?
Many things, but we'll save that for another day. For now, we must go check the mail. So bring your mate.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
Yep. I
Hawkman's not my mate.
Not yet, anyway.
Yep. Tease him? I think we should tease him.
I'm sure you'd love to. But I don't normally go for the tall, dark, and dumb types.
I like you, little girl.
Little? How old are you?
I'll be 23 in but a few weeks.
Then I'm older than you, little boy.
right?
I'm fine.
Ash, you know I can tell you're lying. Ash, I could tell you were lying without magic. People who are all right don't wake up screaming in a cold sweat in the middle of the night.
I just had a nightmare.
It was about the heads, wasn't it?
How did you know?
Okay, that time it was magic. I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You went from being a student to killing 3 people. Most people don't kill someone and deal with it.
With the Grey Mage, it never felt like I was killing someone. I know that may sound terrible, but he was a monster, and I was defending myself. I think for a while I was able to think the same of Luciana and Zachariah.
And now after what Vreya said, you're starting to think maybe you were wrong.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what he said is right. He would never do what they did unless he had manipulated their minds. I killed the women who were as close to me growing up as my mother. I killed innocent people.
Ash.
It would be no different than if I had killed Prude when she was under his control.
It's okay. It's okay. I didn't know if I should tell you this.
What?
Sword told me something the other day, after he heard what happened from Hector.
Tara, you're scaring me.
Sword offered to bring them back to life.
What?
Tara, that's impossible. Magic can't. We need to talk to Sword.
Sword! Sword? Sword!
Oh, hello, Hector.
Weird place for him to be hanging.
What are you doing up there?
Spying, manipulating people in their dreams, and of course, plotting. Just normal me things.
Oh. Well, I was hoping to talk to you. Should I leave you up there or pull you down?
I'm done here. Was there something particular you wanted to discuss?
Yes. I was wondering if you knew anything about Vreus. The kobolds know a lot about magic, but nothing about Vreus himself.
Well, that's a reasonable question. Would you believe no one has asked me yet?
It may be because they didn't realize you were in the ceiling.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
I mean, it's been months, hasn't it? You'd think someone would have asked me by now.
You sound like you've been wanting to be asked.
I have.
Okay, well, what do you know about Vreus?
I know that I am going to kill him, and that I am likely the only one who can. Or, at least, the only one who can do it in any sort of permanent fashion.
Oh,
Indeed.
that's it?
Uh-huh.
No background as to why?
He's pretty clearly evil and quite possibly mad.
No personal vendetta?
No, I didn't say that.
But you're not going to tell me about it.
Not as of yet. No.
Is there a reason why you wouldn't share something like that?
Would you buy dramatic tension?
I would not.
What about because I want you to learn the truth on your own?
Similarly, I find that unlikely.
Okay. Would you believe it's because you're not ready to learn the truth?
That's more plausible, but less likely given that you already gave 2 other excuses. Please just tell me. I want to know the truth of what's going on.
You sound rather very eager to find out the truth.
I don't just want to, I need to. There is so little I can do now that I don't have my magic. I need to protect Brood. I can't live without her. Even if I can't seem to... Never mind.
I wouldn't be so worried about Her Majesty, other than something that seems to be twisting her knickers. Or not. She seems to be doing much better recently.
Sword, please.
Wow, you do sound so very desperate to know the story behind my relationship to Vreus.
I would give anything to know that and how to stop him.
Oh, wow. Anything?
Yes.
Would you mind bringing me back to the kobolds?
What?
Kobolds, little lizards. I need to talk to them.
I think we should.
And if I simply bring you to them, you'll tell me the truth about Vreus.
Look, I'm not going to say you'll understand it, but I will be glad to give you some of the details.
Some? I mean, sure, I suppose. Still, I had expected you to ask more of me for that information.
Great! Vreus is, and has what is called a core. I am, and have a core as well. I plan to kill and eat him.
Interesting.
You're going to eat him?
Indeed.
But you are a sword.
That would appear to be the case.
Well, that didn't clarify anything, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say.
Good to hear. Let's go visit Mox and Croak.
And Belinda is with them, I imagine. Croc!
Belinda!